Michelle, and welcome to the very first, I guess, traditional episode of Flosstube for Making It with Michelle. Woo! First of all, I would like to give a big thank you to number one, everyone who watched this video. My expectations were zero, as I figured the only person who would dare watch this video would be number one, my mother, who I witnessed watch the whole episode and her chuckling at my hilarity, I suppose. And I do have a few friends that are crafty, and so I thought maybe one or two of them would watch it as well. So every time somebody commented or one more person, I guess, watched my whip parade, I couldn't believe it. So thank you, and I appreciate all the comments. I tried to reply to all of them in a fairly timely manner, and it was just great to meet a bunch of people. So thank you so much. And a special thank you to Contented Needleworker Kim for shouting me out. I was like, my jaw dropped literally as I was watching her video and she mentioned me, so thank you, Kim. So I have a lot of things to talk about today, so we'll see how this goes. As you can see, looking just as, delightful as I did last time. I had grandiose plans of taking a shower and fixing my hair and wearing not a wash towel swimming t-shirt. That's 5 sizes too big, but whatever. So I have another friend, Lisa, who started a Flosstube as well, L Snaps and Stitches, and number one, you should go watch that. She's amazing. And she said, "Oh, Michelle, your video, helped me get over, my appearance, and because, I'm looking so fabulous." And I, of course, laughed out loud at that. And so anyways, so go check out Lisa as well. She's a treat. Okay, so the first thing I was going to talk about was the quilt that is not on the wall behind me. So I'm hopefully going to actually do some editing this video. Apparently I said that last time and no editing was to be found. So apologies, I'm about to move my chair here. So make sure I get it right side up here. So this is a one block wonder that Michelle did, I did. I made this in about 2017, I think. I went to a quilt retreat called Stitch Fest, and her company, I don't remember the name of the pattern. If I remember it and can edit things, then I will try to put the name below. But the pattern is by May Chappelle. That's the company name. Her name, I think, is Lee, and I remember her last name. But this is scrappy. I used everything from my stash. And this is a Dresden plate with some, kind of mini Dresdens along the side. I'll try to go in a little bit closer. This was my one attempt at hand quilting. Well, I guess there's another attempt, but I don't even really count it. I had grandiose plans of doing much more hand quilting moments, but this is it, and I'm very proud of it and glad that I get to look at it every day. Okay, so now there it is again. Okay, so I have a lot to talk about today, as I mentioned before. I do have like a book of days, but it's not the book of days. It's the one by my crazy life Lori. And this is what it looks like. Really, oops, that was my pencil I used. So I watch everybody and they put stickers. I will happily show you my one attempt at a sticker. And here it was in January. This cute little cat sticker with a cup of cocoa. So that was my one attempt, and that was the only page that got a sticker. So I don't plan on ever showing this again. So now you know what all of my pages look like, written on in pencil. I just use it to keep track. And I like this one better than the Book of Days because it was spiral bound, and as much time as I have to go to, those paper stores, Office Depot, Lord be with me. Office Depot to get spiral bound. I did not, so this is what I'm using. And I like the extra pages at the end with my whips and stuff that I can keep track of things. So, okay. Let's see, I guess I'll start with some finishes here. I am tentatively calling this episode Transition from Valentine's and Summer into Fall, because you'll see why later when I get to the quilting portion of the program. So, some finishes that I have is I did go to the framer on Friday, and my framer is in Aubrey, Texas. So this is my finish. This is called Wisdom by Teresa Kogut. If you know what the pattern actually looks like, my rendition is very different. And I'm obsessed with the frame. It's like this gray brown with some metallic-y things. I'm sorry, I keep moving it back. If you're interested in the colors that I used, I'm happy to share those with you. I basically went to Hobby Lobby or Joann's, picked up all the DMC, there was 1,000 browns and 2 pinks, and so I thought, what the heck, let me throw some more in there. So I started with the blues and the turquoises, and I ended up having to go get a few more. I did change the quote. I took out all the words around it because Joellen of Sojo said that I could. And I changed the colors of the houses. The cream one is supposedly supposed to look like my house. There we have a red door and it's a cream house. And the other one I just like the blue. So I am obsessed with this. I haven't hung it up because I want to look at it every day of my life, and so I have to find the perfect place. So I worked on this at the Chatterbox retreat where I met some of my new pals, Lisa of L Snaps and Stitches and Lisa of Coffee and Grits, Black Coffee and Grits, who also gave me a shout out in her Flosstube from yesterday. What is the date today? I guess I should say that eventually. Today is Sunday, September 29th. So, I also thought that I would say some things about myself as well, more of an introduction, as I gave zero last time, I'm pretty sure, and just like dove in. So I live in Fort Worth, Texas. We've lived here since 2019. My husband and I are married. I have 2 dogs, and I'm happy to be here in Fort Worth. I grew up in Texas. I went to Ouachita Baptist University for my undergraduate degree. I feel like I give the spiel out to all my students every semester, so I feel like I'm doing this again. And then I went to graduate school in Flagstaff, Arizona. I have a master's degree in mathematics, and I teach math for a living. So there's me in a very brief nutshell. So you'll learn much more about me as time goes on, I'm sure. Okay, so anyways, back to stitching. So that was my first finish. I did have another fully finish. I did post about it on my Instagram. This is Be Thankful by Brenda Gervais. I kept pretty much everything the same. A few changes. I didn't have the oranges that they called for, so I used this brighter orange is Squash by Color and Cotton. I did change the bird. It was Caper. I think I talked about this last time. Caper by Weeks Dye Works, and I wanted black, so I used black coffee as a nod to my friend Lisa, and I just thought it looked good. And I did switch. Like, I think that the brighter orange is supposed to be some of these little flowers, and then this darker orange was supposed to be the pumpkin and these stars over here, but I did change those. I just like basically flipped them just because I thought it looked better. I did make a little pillow. It's not as firm as I wish, so I might add some more stuffing to it because I ran out of polyfill, but let me move my fat fingers here. So this is the back. I just used a gold color, and as you can see, my delightful stitching on the back. I will cover that up eventually. The trim is Pumpkin Patch by Lady Dot Creates. So I did post a picture of this again, many places, so go check those out too. So that was fun. Okay, I did have a brand new finish as of about 30 minutes ago because I was like killing myself to get this done for this video. So this is my next finish, not fully finished. Those are my only 2 fully finishes. So this is my next finish. Sorry. This appropriate for yours truly. I stitched this on 40 count Athos by Tropical Stitches. I did use all the called for colors. I've considered changing my little bird to black coffee again, but I didn't mind the color. I think the color was Wood Trail, Wood something by Gentle Arts, and I thought it looked pretty good. So yeah, I love it. I think it's so cute. And this was a start and a finish from last time. So I'm just working my way through all my little charts. Here's the chart if you care to look at that, but I finished it. I got the chart from Country Sampler because I at first thought that the only place you could buy this chart was from Brenda herself. But you had to buy it from her with the little tray and the extra bits and bobs, which I didn't want to do because I'm going to make it into a pillow. And I don't need a tray, and I already have some other bits and bobs anyways. So yeah, so cute. I love it. I'm so excited I finished that. I did get all the called for because I wanted that pumpkin color. The pumpkin was Pumpkin Patch by Gentle Arts, and it's amazing color. So I'm going to finish it. This is the Lady Dot Creates trim. I think it'll look amazing. It's a little lighter in person. It's really bright here on the screen. Okay, another finish I had, well, it's 95% finished, is this one. This is Gather Together by Hands On Design. I didn't get the chart out because I just didn't. This is a new pillow finish for me. Normally I just make them like the Be You Thankful, and I just put the trim around it and poof, I'm done. But I stitched this Gather Together on 40 count sand by Picture This Plus. And so it was really teeny tiny, as you can see. It's like 2 inches by 4 inches or something. And so I tried a new finishing technique for me where I add these fabrics to the side and the bottom. And then I use that same pumpkin patch. So I did use all the called for except for the brown. Joann's was out. So I used Flatfish by Luke Works because I thought it looked like a very similar color. So yeah, I'm obsessed. This is not for me, maybe. I'm tentatively going to a retreat in November at the attic. I say tentatively because I haven't got charged for it yet. But this was my small. So I think it turned out really cute. I hope the person that likes it, this is my backing fabric. It's like this nice orange leaf. All from my stash. So I wanted to have it stuffed, but I need more polyfill. But if I'm figure out this editing situation, then I will put in a picture of it finished fully. And if not, then hopefully you'll see in my next video. Okay, so I don't have a ton of whips. Actually, I think I have one because, well, okay, I have a secret whip, but I really messed up on it, and so I'm not even going to show it until I fix it and, whatever. Then I finished my Be Thankful. I finished stitching that, and then I fully finished it. I did my Gather Together, which was a start and a finish, and I have I have 2 other finishes that when I picked up Wisdom, I also dropped off. So one is Throw Wide the Windows by Shakespeare's Peddler, and the second one is Feels Like Fall by Brenda Gervais. So again, if I can insert pictures, I'll insert those. But if not, they're on my Instagram, and please feel free to add me and go check those out. And next time, hopefully they'll be framed and finished, and I will show those off as well. So those were some other finishes that I had. Then I started and finished ILF Almost of All and Gather Together by Hands On Design. So the only other whip that I have that I haven't finished is, I guess I could get out this. So it's Hello Autumn by Teresa Kogut. And I am stitching this cover one. Sorry for the light there. So I'm stitching mine on 36 count Sandbar by Color and Cotton. I'm using all the called for colors, and this is where I'm at. So this has a fair amount of progress, I guess I'd say, since the last time you saw it. The only thing that I had done before was the border. I did add a couple more berries, autumn berries to the border, but I put in that pumpkin, and I put in a fair amount of that gigantic berry bowl, and I started I called them pitchforks. I don't know what they are. I guess little flowers, maybe. I don't know. And I think that's the start of a sunflower. So that's where I'm at. I really wanted to finish the berry bowl by this video, but I didn't quite get there, and that's okay. So it's all DMC except for there's like a week's dye works situation. I think there's only one. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm just gonna keep working on this. I got distracted and I really wanted to finish I Love Fall most of all. So hopefully I'll pick this up again. So there's that. And this is, I'm having this in, this is my Starlight Stitching Co. handbag tote situation. I don't know, it's freaking cute. The inside is these little turkeys. I love them. My floss is on these Lori Holt pumpkin floss drops. I love those as well. I have another project in here which I'll talk about. Well, I haven't started it yet, but we'll be taking a vote here today on this video. Okay, so let me somewhat not quickly put this back in here and fold it up. Okay, so that's like all the stitching I've been doing, and I feel like that is a lot, but who knows. Okay, I'm going to show some other finishes that I have that are fall. So this is part of the transition, I suppose. So maybe I should start with the ones that I'm taking away. So I'm transitioning from summer stitching into fall stitching in my finishes. So I don't have any of the charts or anything, and I hopefully I'll remember all the names. And if I don't, and if you want to know, just leave a comment and ask me. Okay, so some summer stitching. This is my Summer Swan by Brenda Gervais. I stitched this on 40 count Athos by Tropical Stitches, and this is a lady dot trim. I don't remember what it's called, but it's freaking cute. And I did change the, white. It was Arrowhead, which is pink, and this I use Grits by Weeks Dye Works. So there's my bag, just a nice check, and you can see haven't colored it up. So, like I said, I do stitch every once in a while a flag, and I really did like this flag because it's wavy. So there's that. Okay, this is an old one I did. This is Red, White, and Bloom by Erin Elizabeth Designs or Shannon Christine Designs. I'm not quite sure. I stitched it with the called for. This is a 20 count Ada that I picked up from the Stitch Niche. And when I did the white, I didn't feel like it showed up very well, so I outlined it with like the red and the blue from the pattern. And this is just a Lady Dot Create trim. This is the back, as you can see my beautiful stitching right there. I had like a pillow finishing day. Okay, this is Strawberry House by the Scarlet House. I stitched this on 46 count Old Something Blue by XJU Designs. This is all the called for. I did change it a little bit. At the top of the house, I think, was another bird. And since I have two little puppy dogs, I put another puppy dog on the top of the roof. Which, if I can insert a picture, I'll put a picture of my dogs. But this Lily would be on the top of the house, for those of you that know Lily. So I did finish it. I put a little strawberry on the back. This one I did nicely finish because, I put this on the brag table at the Chatterbox Retreat. So I'm counting that as summer because it has cute little strawberries on it. Okay. This one I also took to the Chatterbox Retreat. And you know what? I didn't look up my stuff that I stitched it with. Oh, that's August because I stitched it in July. Okay. Did I not stitch it in July? Summer Quaker. Sorry, this is summer. Here we go. Okay, so I stitched this. This is it. This is Summer Quaker. I think I'm holding it right side up. Summer Quaker by Primrose Cottage Stitches. I have stitched every single one of their Quakers except for the Halloween Quaker. I stitched this with 32 count, One More Reproduction by Bestitch Me, and then the color is Color and Cotton Merino. So I picked it because, this is my back, sorry. I stitched this because in July we went to Hawaii for our 10-year anniversary. If I, again, insert some things, but for our 10-year anniversary, and that was kind of my ode to that. I thought that the blue looked like water and the background looked like sand, and so supposedly I stitched it on the trip. I started it before the trip, and then the day that we got back from the trip is when I finished it, because I stitched on it, I think, about one time while we were in Hawaii. So there are memories associated with this. And on the back I did put some fabric I did get in Hawaii that has sea turtles on it. Now I'm obsessed with sea turtles. Okay, this is a pillow that I got in a swap, at the Smalls Exchange, I guess I'll say, at the Chatterbox Retreat this summer. This was stitched by my wonderful friend Stephanie. I have no idea any information, so you're gonna have to ask Stephanie. And I'm pretty sure that's her name, and I'm so sorry if it's not, and I will kick myself after this if that's not her name. But I'm 95% confident it's Stephanie. Anyways, I'm gonna keep this up with my fall stitching, but I still wanted to show it. So this is going back in the fall pile. And then my last one is my very first pillow finish. This is a lot of firsts for me. So this, I don't remember the name. Is it just Home Sweet Home by Brenda Gervais? So the Be Thankful was the last one in this series for me. But this was my first Brenda Gervais experience. I think I bought all of the called for. This is on a 32 count Lugana. I have no idea it's like a pinkish situation. I got it at the Stitch Niche. I stitched it with one thread because I had no idea that you, I guess, were supposed to stitch 32 count with 2 threads. I was like, this was my foray into one thread stitching on 32 count because I'm cool like that. But it's my first pillow, I'm pretty sure, that I stitched it with. I can't remember the name of the trim. It's the one you're supposed to use for another project, but I don't remember the name. And I did over one stitching, and then I was nervous about that, and then Kim at the Stitch Niche was like, Michelle, you don't have to do that, and I was like, no, yes I do. And I think I did it with full crosses, because I'm cool like that. So, this is a pretty flat pillow. This was my only polyfill days. This is the back of it. Again, I used the same on the red, white, and bloom. But I loved this whole thing. I loved the strawberries. I loved, again, this was Lugana, and then I went into linen and off from there. So this is a really special finish for me, and it started the series for me, and I've stitched all of them, and I love all of them, and I'm so glad I finished Be Thankful. So that's my last. Again, semi-patriotic, I suppose, with the 2 little flags, but to me it's more summer with the strawberries in the house and all that good stuff. Okay, so those are my summer pillows, and I took a picture because I was talking to Lisa L. Snaps and Stitches, and she was like, oh, I can't wait to see how you decorate. And I was like, well, currently it's surrounded by gaming consoles, and I took a picture before I took all the pillows down, and I'll try to insert that. So then I'm like getting ready for this video, and my husband's like, where did our pillows go? And I was like, oh, they'll be shown in the video. Oh, I love my husband. Okay, so let me show you my fall stitching. I have 2 other pillows to show you because like I said, I did a little bit of autumn stitching last year, but not a ton. So this is what I have to show you, and I don't remember a ton. Okay, so the first one is Autumn Quaker, and I stitched this with the color and cotton thread that you're supposed to, and I got the whole kit and caboodle from Primrose Cottage Stitches. I did change the backing fabric because I thought that was boring, and I loved this. This is a Ruby Star Society fabric from the Honey line, and I did use their little thing on the back. So, and I like the way that they finished pillows because I hate hand stitching on a seam, and I don't think it ever looks good. So if you're brave enough, good for you. So this is on 14 count Vanilla Latte by Bestitch Me, I believe. I do remember some of these. A lot of them I stitched on 32 count. That's why I stitched that other one on 32 count with 2 strands. I think I messed up somewhere. Maybe not. Maybe I fixed it. But I think my favorite part is this little pumpkin with the heart in it. And I need to stitch that again because I am obsessed with it. And it's freaking cute. So I love this. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So there. So that's 3 pillows to put out now. The one that Stephanie made me, Be Thankful, and Autumn Quaker. And I will be making my I Love Fall most of all into a pillow. So here's my last one. This is my only Halloween situation. And this is Boo by Hello from Liz Matthews. In case you're curious, yes, I bought this pattern twice. Once in the Punch Needle and Primitives magazine, and the second is standalone pattern. So, you know, go Michelle. So I picked all my own colors because the Stitch Niche didn't have very many of them. So I used chickpea. That's about all I remember. I have no idea what this is stitched on. I'm sure it's a 32 count. I had attended, they had a D-stash there, and so I got some stuff. But I put a lady dot trim on it. I put a little Halloween fabric on the back. Again, you can see my nice hand stitching there. So this is it. I love it. I think it's really cute. I don't plan on doing much more. To me, this doesn't scream Halloween. So I have coined a new phrase with my friend Lisa, Black Coffee and Grids. Following. And this to me is following. Because it could go with Halloween, because it says boo. But it could go with fall, because it has pumpkins. So this is following to me. And I'm okay with that. Okay. Then I have some previous fall finishes that I will show you. Okay, and I'm dubbing them fall. Alright, so here's my first one. This little teeny tiny. This is Nebraska Prairie by Blackbird Designs from the When the Leaves Fall book. I stitched this last year. Vana, I am going to make this into a drum, and I'm going to use your tutorial to help me. So I stitched it with the called for. I finished it this year. I think, I did mess up, or I don't know. The 4 is like right next to that thing. I did do the eyelet stitches, and those were kind of fun. I really enjoyed those. This was my first 36 count finish, I guess I'll say. I got this at Reflections and Framing. Somebody commented and let me know that, yes, and spent the bank there too. I stitched this on 36 count biscuit by, I think it's Seraphim, ? But I love it. I will finish this into a drum, but it's just living with me currently. Okay. My next one, and I did have the pattern somewhere. Oh, here we go. My next one is this one, A Squirrel in His Nut by Woohoo Stitches. It came out in 2020. It's freaking cute. I did not stitch in a swirl like they said to mimic the fur. I stitched how I stitch. And I think I got all the called for because number one, I had no inkling of anything at the time. So I stitched it on a 25 count that I got from, let me put it on the board. I stitched it on a 25 count that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I love it so much. I've never stitched anything else on 25 count again, over 2, or over 1 for that matter. I guess I should qualify that. But I love it. I think I'm going to finish it in a hoop, and then get one of those hoopla frames that you just like put a hoop in. That's my new plan. And I had messed something up on it, but who knows what I messed up on, because I don't remember. Okay. Oh, shoot. Oh, I remember who this is by. Okay. This is my next one. I'm calling this fall. This is going to go on my coffee wall, though, forever, and never, ever, ever be taken down, because I love coffee, and I absolutely love pumpkin pie. I stitched this on a 32 count. It was a color and cotton aged paper, I think, or boardwalk, one of those two. And I used all the called for, except I changed the cream. It was this weird yellow color, and I changed it to something that my friend Jean. Obviously, we're really good friends. She's amazing, though. And I love it. Was this on 32? Did I use 2 strands? Yeah, I used 2 strands. I stitched this while in Nebraska, and I love it. And it's by, the pattern's by October House Fiber Arts. So, and like I said, I used all the called for except for that one. I don't know what the heck I'm going to do with this. It's too big for a pillow in my opinion. I might try to glue it to something. I haven't done that before, and I'm really chicken. So, okay, and I'm calling this fall. This is Thankful, Grateful, Blessed by Emily Call, stitching. I stitched it on a 36 count something or other by Color and Cotton. That's not the name, but I don't remember what the name is. You know what? I restarted it. I did use all the called for. Okay, so, and I finished it this summer maybe? What did I just call this? Thankful, Grateful, Blessed. Let me see. Maybe I finished it in May. I did finish it in May. Okay, here we go. I restarted this on an unknown fabric that I thought I wrote down. Maybe I restarted. Oh, I finished it in May. When did I actually restart it? Unknown. It's a big secret that I kept for myself. So it's on 36 count, Color and Cotton, something or other. That's really lovely. It's this nice blue color. I didn't really screw up the tree, and so I did some adjustments, so it's not exactly like the pattern, but you get the gist. I think I actually might get this one framed. I just think it would look really nice in the frame. So I need to take that next time I go. Okay, that is all of my fall stitching that is in my possession at this time. So, next, I thought it would be fun to take a poll, because now that I'm not trying to do 1,000 smalls at once, but as I finish one, I'm trying to kind of put one in the next spot. So, I have some stuff to consider. I guess starts, I guess I'll say. Maybe not smalls is a good word, but I do have, and I have some fall charts. I might, if we have time, take a peek at those. And we'll go from there. This is my bag. Okay. All right, and I showed a few of these last time. Maybe I showed all of them, so you're gonna see them again. And you can fast forward if you hated them last time and you don't give crap this time. Okay, so I did make like a list of ones that I wanted to start and the order that I wanted to start them in. So Isle of Fall most of all, check. That one is complete. So I will start Autumn Swan next. So I put this in, I guess this is haul. I bought this bag from Painted Leaf Co. She's like the only person that I buy bags now from. Because, yes, I could make this myself. Do I want to make this by myself all the time? No. So, there you have it. Okay. And I bought, of course, so I learned last time after I bought that bee bag, and I absolutely regretted not buying the Notions bag. So yes, I did buy the Notions bag. Yes, I could definitely make this one myself, but sometimes it's nice not to. Okay, so I think I showed the pattern last time, but I did kit it up more, I suppose. So I went to the Stitch Niche last Saturday because I had to go to work, and of course then I had to, treat yourself. And so I bought all thread. I didn't even buy myself a piece of fabric. I also shopped for my mother. So I kitted this up with, Sand by Picture This Plus. This is the remnants of my gathered together. And I have all the called for threads, and Brenda got the gist from me, obviously stitching Stubber Swan with grits, and now she's using grits. So that will be started maybe today. Okay. So that's on the list. Next on the list is Woodland Witch, which I guess Lisa called me out, or we were texting, and she was like, are you the one that said that A Witch in Her Garden wasn't Halloween? So this is Halloween, my friends, Halloween. It could go for both. Like that pumpkin top, I'm like, oh yeah, that's fall. The witch, okay, witches live outside of Halloween. So this is like an everyday witch, people. She's living her life in her garden with her smiling pumpkins. Okay, this is Halloween for sure. So this is like at the bottom of the list, but high on the list is A Witch in Her Garden, and I'm obsessed with this. I watched Sully Stitches last night, and she just did like the cloche, like this part right here, which I am now highly considering, but I do like the whole thing. Like I would be bereft without those two mushrooms over there, okay? So, and the snails, even though I didn't know the snails were over 1, but I will persevere. Okay, so I kitted that up. I went to Hobby Lobby and got the DMC or whatever. It was probably Joann's really. And then I think I'm gonna stitch it on this Be Stitch Me Hot Cocoa. I think it looks pink, but it's not pink. Let me take it out of this. I think it looks perfect. It's not pink, it's brown. And I think it will look lovely with threads. So that's my plan. So, should I start this next? Before Autumn Swan, oh God. Okay. I also got this. This made me feel very validated when I saw, oh, this was the one pattern I got at Stitch Niche. When I was validated by Sully Stitches and she wanted to stitch this, and so I'm like, okay, I'm with you, girl. So, yeah, this is not on the list because I made the list before I bought this, but this is a possibility. I think I have most of the threads. Okay. And that's living in my jelly and jam bag. You've seen all of these bags. Okay. Oh, I did make a new bag. This is Denim and Daisies by Fig Tree. And I made this with my mom at a retreat center we went to. This is Autumn I threw this in there. And I did start this, but it's like I put in like 60 stitches. So I'll show it next time when hopefully it's either done or has some good progress on it. So that one's already started, even though I'm keeping it a secret from myself. I didn't write it down in my book because I'm weird. Okay, so another one that I don't remember if I showed this either, but is Autumn Gatherings, and I love this with all my heart and soul. I was just gonna buy the pattern, and then Country Sampler called me, and they were like, we just have the kit. Do you want the kit? I'm like, well, yeah. And I wasn't gonna buy the kit because I have a lot of the threads and blah, blah, blah. And my main thing about Country Sampler is I don't know what fabric they're picking. Like, I like to try new fabric. Like, I'm here for that. I don't like the feel of vintage country mocha, so I don't tend to, like, if I get that, I got that in a kit for something else and I switched it out. But this one was, I think she said Heartland by Picture This Plus, which I've never stitched on before, so yay! I'm here for that. And obviously I will be doing all of them, but this little guy, I don't think it would take that long, question mark? But, so, this is up for contention. And that one's living in my little thing I made for me and my mom. Okay. Then, this is Following to its best life. I didn't show this bag last time because ultimately I forgot about it, and I don't have any active projects in here. This is Hey Boo by Little Boutique, and I'm obsessed with this bag. It's so cute. I love the purples. Okay, so living in here are some more following projects that I have not started. So first up is Autumn Cloche. This is like teetering on the edge of 2 Halloween for Michelle. But I'm persevering because I'm obsessed with these pumpkins. Obsessed, obsessed, obsessed. So this was, I had told myself it's going to be my first 36 count project, and what do you know, I'm blazed right past that. So I haven't touched it. I bought the NPI kit, from Hillside Rookery. I have it kitted with, I had a 36 count in here. Yes, oh, it's probably still the same one. It's 36 count Mayflower. So I don't know if I'm still going to do it on 36 count or switch it to a 40. I don't know. So if you think I should start that, I'm here for that too. Somebody else brought this up, and I can't remember who it was. Another project I have in here with a whole 1 thread, love that. There's another Brenda Gervais Acorn Gathering sewing roll. Obviously, I love the squirrels with all my heart and soul. So that's incredible. With my 1 thread, LOL. But I can find some other things. And then I totally forgot about this. Autumn salt boxes. Oh my god, I had to start this like yesterday. So I bought, I think I have all the patterns. I did the winter salt boxes, stay tuned, you'll see that one day. But I sewed them on 1 piece of fabric together. So I think I'm going to try to do the same thing. And I love these. I probably won't put 1650 on there because I don't care about 1650, but I love the colors. And I've started kitting it up just a little bit. But again, if you You guys are like, Michelle, you have to stitch that ASAP. Oh, I think this is the fabric I put this fabric in here. This is the 40 count vanilla latte. Maybe I was gonna do those, maybe the acorn or the salt boxes was on there. Not this, that wasn't meant for that. So these are hiding in here. One day to be started and stitched. So yeah, I love it. I put these green on the back. So this is my ode to following, because I could have put black on the back. That wasn't gonna happen. So yeah, love it. Okay. And then the other thing that I'll show you my other thing in that. So this is my Bountiful Blooms bag. Love it, obsessed. I do have this Merry Autumn Pin Keep. I bought the kit from Stacy Nash last year. I can't remember if I talked about this last time. Sorry if I did. Not sorry, you're listening to it again. But it had a 36 count broom grass. I can't see that fabric at night, so I switched it to a 46 count to make it smaller because it's freaking huge. And this is Caramel by Seraphim, 46 count. So maybe I did. I feel like I said those words before. So anyways, I haven't touched my Mighty Acorn, Mighty Oak situation, but a sweet commenter was like, oh, I stitched the border, and I'm like, jealous, I love the freaking border. And she's like, maybe we'll stitch it together. So that was so nice, and it really made me want to get this out again. So I'm also happy to pick a small from this. Like, I'm obsessed with this bird with the acorns, and I think Celeste from Celeste Creates was like, oh, I stitched that and showed it, and she was amazing. So I love that one. Obviously, I also want to do, again, a Halloween, this giant crow. People have been framing it, and I like the frame, because the strawberry is like as big as my head. But at our Chatterbox retreat, Katie of So Tattered stitched blooming sunflowers. I figured out the name Katie, and she made it into this bag, and I'm obsessed. And I really wanted that as my small, but I love my small from Stephanie because I can have it out during summer and fall. And it's a pillow, and I love a pillow. So I really want to stitch this as well. I haven't even looked at the threads. Who knows? Probably have about 2.5. But this is, Autumn Sound. Isn't that so cute? Look at that blue bird and the acorns. Oh, I love it. There's another Blackbird fall book, and I obviously should be getting that one. I also love this Bittersweet September. Obviously, I would have to like persevere through the letters, but I think I could do that. Maybe. And the W is large, which is my maiden name. I was watching a Flosstube, and somebody said that they had like rearranged it and made one of the letters in their name large. But I'm like, oh, I don't even have to worry about that because W for my maiden name. That'd be fun. It looks like it uses like 2.5 colors, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different shades of brown, I'm sure. But we love you, Blackbird Designs, for all of your 10 shades of brown. Okay. Oh, there's the strawberry that I would not make strawberry. And I like this one a lot too, Patrick Pumpkin. But if you look at the chart, which I will not be showing, but I'm staring at the back, man, there's a lot of color changes. And again, I'd have to persevere through that. That's mainly my main problem with Blackbird is the 1,000 color changes. But then again, it all looks beautiful at the end. And I honestly don't mind this. I'd probably do it in an orange. This is called Waiting for the Harvest. And I like it. That'd be nice small. So yeah, I'm still chugging along on the Mighty Acorn. Again, I say chugging along as I've touched it since last time. That's okay. All right. Oh, my last project I will show as a potential start for one day this year, I don't know, is vintage acorns. And if I showed this last time again, I'm sorry, but I'm showing it again because I love every single one of those acorns, every single one. They're amazing. I did my own conversion because I didn't feel like buying threads at the time. Who knows where I was at, but that's in this. I kitted it up with a 40 count. I think it's buttermilk. Let me look right here in front of you all. Buttermilk by Color and Cotton. So that's living in this lovely case from here. Okay, so let's talk quilting first. Okay, I'm back. Quilting. show some, like I said, some transition things. So this is the Valentine's to fall part of the video, because my Valentine's Day quilts have been up since February, and I'm bad at seasonal decor, I guess I'll say, except for pillows. I said teeny tiny little pillows. So I'm gonna show my Valentine's Day quilts. I have a quilt ladder that my most wonderful friend Bonnie, who lives in Utah now, miss you Bonnie, if you watch this video, and she was moving and she gave it to me, so, or I bought it from her, don't remember. But anyways, it lives in my living room and I can put 3 quilts on it. So I have 3 Valentine's quilts to show you. All right. I tried to move the chair. Okay. So here's the first one. It's covered in dog hair, so just ignore that. But this is it. How lovely is it? So this is, I don't remember the name of the pattern. Editing question mark? But I did it a few years ago. My mom quilted it in this lovely aqua color. I sewed it with all speckled fabrics. It's just like a heart and an X situation back and forth. And I love it. Here's the back. You can really see the quilting on the back. My mother is my quilter, so she did all of this. So these are gonna go, I'm like, why is the step still up? Still out where our linen closet is, and that's because I will put these up after this. This is probably my most recent Valentine's finish. This is a Hearts pattern by Emily Dennis. I don't remember the name of it, but this is scrappy. I used 5 quarters from my stash. There's some Sherry and Chelsea in there. There's some Juicy Juice, some Allison Glass, some nice threads. So my sister and I made this one together, and I love it. Oh, Carolyn Friedlander, some art gallery. Yeah, it's just a mishmash of purples and pinks. This is where I live my life, in the purple pink world. I bound it in a tulip pink stripe, and like I said, Mom quilted it. She quilted it in this nice, what's that called? Meander with some hearts in it. So it's really cute. And Sherry and Chelsea fabric on the back. And then my last one is another, it's by Pen and Paper Patterns. So that other one was Pen and Paper Patterns. And it was like a collaboration between Pen and Paper Patterns and Then Came June. And this was from it's from a similar collaboration. This is called I Heart You. And I picked out the background fabric first, and then I picked the colors from it. The background fabric was like called Rosa or something. That was a fabric line. I don't remember who the designer was, but this is like a chambray, a grund, and random. So orange is apparently a Valentine's Day color. So I put this lovely green on the back. And then Mom quilted it with, it's like a clamshell with hearts. And she quilted it in orange because, like I said, orange is the new Valentine's Day color. So wow, quilted that really great. Okay, I was gonna say something about these boards. Everyone yaks about the boards. You can buy them. You can sew them, apparently. Mine is made with duct tape. So if you need a board situation, I made this at a retreat. Okay, so that is my transition. So that was my Valentine's. So let's talk fall. Okay, so I have some quilted fall finishes and things I will put out, and then I have a couple. I'll show the thing I worked on yesterday, besides that little pillow. So first up is this pillow. Isn't that so cute? I made this about 100 years ago when I was in graduate school. And it's with grunge. I got it from a kit from a quilt store that sadly doesn't exist anymore. This is my first foray into paper piecing. And you're like, Michelle, they don't all look the same. And that's because I paper pieced wrong. I pasted backwards. And so then once I figured it out, after talking to my mother, I just did 2 of them the same and then 2 of them the quote-unquote right way. So yeah, super cute. I love it. All right, this is a pillow I made, last year, question mark, year before, who knows. This is a pattern by Pen and Paper Patterns. quilted it myself, pieced it myself, just from stash, randomly got some stuff, and I love it. I think it's fall. I don't know. Okay, more quilts. Alright, this is my one Halloween quilt. I think I have another living at my mother's house. This is by Pen and Paper Patterns. Hopefully you're seeing a theme that I am obsessed with her quilts. I don't know if you can see the spider, so let me move it up here. This is a spider. This is my spider. She has a pattern where you could do like 16 little spiders or one giant one. And this is the one spider that I like in my house. I hate all other spiders. This is the one. I just used speckled. I picked up the fabric from Sew It Up, a local store in Colleyville. This is my backing. How cute is that? And Mom quilted it in neon green spider webs, so, which is amazing. So I do put this one out. Alright, next. Oh, this one is kind of fall-esque. Okay, this one I put out because of the colors. This I made a very long time ago. I got the kit from a shop in Dallas called Urban Spools. I have no idea what it's called. But it's with Carolyn Friedlander fabric. A friend of mine quilted it. Her name was Melissa. I put Carolyn Friedlander fabric on the back. Look at those nice dog hairs. And I just put it out because I don't have a ton of fall quilts, but I like the vibe and I love the modern fabric. It's very well loved, and so it's nice and soft. Okay. Alright, I'll show this one next. I finished this one up, I'm fairly certain, last year. But I'm going to put it out. This is by Pen and Paper Patterns. It's called like the Reading Nook or something. It's with all our gallery solids. Those are my favorite solids. Here's some close up. I got the kit from who knows where. Mom quilted it with this amazing quilt design. It's like a flower with the heart in it, which of course is amazing. And I have this like music-y note fabric on the back. It has words on it, and I was like, books, words, you know how it goes. So I do love to read. I probably won't talk about books on here because I kind of read the same books over and over, or romance novels, if you catch my drift. So I'll put this out probably with fall stuff, because books, back to school, you know, whatever. Okay, this is my quote-unquote one fall quilt, I suppose. And it's ginormous, so I can't even hold it all the way up. So this is what you get. This is a Sherry and Chelsea pattern. I used Folktale by Lila Boutique to make it all. It all came from my stash, I think, except for the border, which I love the border. And I used every little bit of that fabric. So some of it is hard to tell that it's just a bunch of leaves, just because the background's so busy, but I love it. Mom quilted it with like feathers and swirls, which is nice. And like a tan thread here. So I'll put this out. Maybe I'll put this one out on the couch to snuggle under. Usually I put it on the quilt ladder, but it's a nice big one. And my husband likes to snuggle under big quilts. Okay. We're almost there. This is one that I was going to hand quilt, as I talked about earlier, but these are all Lori Holt blocks. The turkey block you had to buy, and the pie block you had to buy. It's all scrappy. I made this in like 2016 at our old house that we lived in, or 2017, who knows. So I love it. But I'm going to quilt it just on my machine this year, just so I can hang it up. Maybe I'll hang it up over there, so that one can get a little break. Maybe not, because I love it too much. It's all scraps. Nothing exciting. Okay, this is the one I was working on yesterday. So Sew a Jelly Roll Day was last week, and I guess I could sit down for this. So I'll tell these quotes. So Sew a Jelly Roll was last weekend, and I was not sewing a jelly roll. I don't know what I was doing, but it wasn't that. poly stitching. So then I was texting my mom and my sister, and I was like, hey, do we want to like Zoom and sew, and we can sew Jelly Roll together next weekend? They're like, yeah, sure. Well, I was going to start a new project because I have 1,000 other projects to work on. And so my thinking was, let me sew on some projects that already have Jelly Rolls involved with them. Or I had started on a previous Jelly Roll day before. So I sewed that pillow, and that took forever. Mainly because we're chatting and, you know, goofing off or whatever. So then my main purpose was to put borders on a quilt that I had started previously. So that's basically, so I Zoomed with my mom and my sister for like 3 hours, and all I did was make one little pillow and put 2 borders on. But to my, you know, benefit, I guess, I did get that done, and now I just need to find a backing and get it to my mom to be quilted. So this is a Jelly Roll pattern. We did it a few years ago. My friend Dusty made it up, and I don't even know. So this is the bottom. So basically what you do is you do a Jelly Roll race, if you know what that is, and if you don't, just Google it. And then we cut it up. So this is the bottom of it, and I have like this background situation, but I put these 2 borders on, though I grunge and then the same background fabric. I had to ask my sister and my mother what the Jelly Roll was that I used. So this is the top. Like I said, I don't know how much of this you can actually see, but the main Jelly Roll is Twilight by One Canoe 2, and I just picked. Dusty wanted you to add in like an accent fabric, so that was that kind of yellowy color, and then a background color, which was this like dark periwinkle color. So all I did yesterday was put 2 freaking borders on. So now this is done though, which I'm very glad for. I thought I had finished it when I had pieced and trimmed the rest of it. That is all that I have to show. I did have some cross stitch patterns that I was gonna kind of go through, but I feel like I already went through a fair amount of those. So please comment and let me know which pattern I desperately need to start next that I already showed you. And next time, hopefully, I'll have my framed finishes back. I don't really have any plans except continuing working on Hello Autumn. And, I do have another plan. Contentedly to Work and Kim had commented and was like, oh, we're going to work on, or they're going to start the I Love More Strong, which I have started, I guess, briefly. So I was going to try to pull that out and get the, you know, courage and energy to work on that. So that's one thing. I, again, keep working on Hello Autumn. Work on my little small that I choose to do next. And just keep working on stuff. Quilting-wise, my friend Brook and I have started talking about a quilt along, so if that's a thing, then I'll post it on Instagram and, you know, join us or whatever. And that's about it. Like I said, I haven't been putting a lot of time towards quilting. I have some fall fabric that I would like to make into some more bags, and that's about it. And some people have been asking me about tassels, so if I make a new bag for the next video, I know I said I was going to talk about this one, but sorry. I'll put some link. How about this? I'll put in the links of the items that I use to make these little tassels. I buy the tassels and everything else off of Amazon. So, but I would like to make a couple more bags just to put some of this stuff in. And like I said, I'm telling myself I'm going to work on a fall quilt. I have about 6 projects, 6 fall quilts all like ready to go, as in like I bought all the stuff and I have the patterns except for one. But one I have is already cut out, so I'm like, probably should work on that one. And then now this one with Brook. I tend to not have a lot of quilting plans unless somebody's having a baby, or I like get hyper focused on a project, which hasn't happened in a long time because of, you know, cross stitch. But my goal is to, I do try to do a Christmas quilt every year, so I haven't landed on that one quite yet. My mom and my sister have been inspiring me, and so we'll kind of go from there. But like I said, I'd like to do at least one fall project this year and do that quilt along with Brook. If I'm Brook, who is stitching by the brook, I didn't tell you this, but I'm really bad at quilt-alongs, so... But I'm getting my sister to do it with me too, and hopefully between the three of us, and if anyone else does it with us, we'll get it done. So look out for Instagram on that, or if Brooke posts the video, then she can talk about it too. So now, I think that's it. So I'm going to try to edit this and post it. Hopefully it doesn't take another week to upload. So anyways, thanks for watching. I appreciate all the comments. You guys are amazing. And all my new followers on Instagram. But just leave a comment if you have any questions. Happy to answer. And hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.